Hello and welcome to the video. So you've already seen a lot of b-roll, but I thought I'd come and actually talk for a second. I'm on holiday for the next 5 days, me, my dad and the dog, and I figured we could come along. The sun has started to set right where I set you up. It's so bright, so I'm gonna move and catch up. Can't figure out if this is better or not, but hopefully it is. So yeah, we're on like a cosy cottage holiday, gonna do lots of walking, take the dogs lots of places, just like have a good time. So I'll bring the camera along with, and whilst I'm here I will also be reading some books. So with me I've brought Bookshops and Bonedust, but I don't think that's what I want to read right now. I've also brought with me my Kindle. I'm gonna try and find like a nice cozy book on the Kindle to read, so I'm gonna have a search and then tell you what I decided on. I'm sold. I've got it in my Kindle. We're going to go with The Spell Shop. I have got this through NetGalley. I've got an e-arc of this, so it's on my Kindle, but it's not like structured or anything, but it's still going to be a good read, hopefully, fingers crossed. And it is the description that completely got me on this. It's a library, a sentient spider plant, jam. Sounds like a good time. And let's go read it. h.eather has always had trouble dealing with people. Thankfully, as a librarian at the Great Library of Elysium, she and her assistant Kaz, a magically sentient spider plant, have spent the last decade sequestered among the Empire's most precious spell books, preserving their magic for the city's elite. When a revolution begins and the library goes up in flames, she and Kaz flee with all the spell books they can carry, and head to a remote island h.eather never thought she'd see again, her childhood home. Taking refuge there, h.eather discovers, much to her dismay, a nosy and very handsome neighbour who can't take a hint and keeps showing up day after day to make sure she's fed and to help fix up her new home. In need of income, h.eather identifies something that even the bakery in town doesn't have: jam. With the help of an old recipe book her parents left her and a bit of illegal magic, her cottage garden is soon covered in ripe berries. But magic can do more than make life a little sweeter, so h.eather risks the consequences of using unsanctioned spells and opens the island's first ever much needed secret spell shop. Like a Hallmark rom-com full of mythical creatures and fueled by cinnamon rolls and magic, the spellshop will heal your heart and feed your soul. Good evening. It's actually only 9:30, but I'm going to bed. I'm absolutely knackered. I am 19% of the way into the spellshop, and so far I'm really enjoying it. I am ready for the pace to kind of increase a little bit. Like, I do think that this is a cozy fantasy, so I know not loads is going to go on, but I am ready for the pace to just increase a bit. I think so far it's all been very gentle. I just kind of want a bit more to happen. Like, it feels like a couple of things have been like planted, pardon the pun, if you've read it, kind of like, you know, we're going to take these couple of paths, these things are going to happen, and they're very chill, cozy things. I'm just kind of ready for them to happen now. It's going very slow, but I'm really enjoying what I'm reading. I'm really liking our main character, h.eather. I'm really liking like our next character along, Cosy, the sentient spider plant. Honestly, very cool. Like, I love my spider plants. We've got quite a few at home. My dad's got loads at his house. Like, and I don't know, like, it's just very fun getting this like spider plant that's talking and having an opinion and it's fully like conscious, and yeah, like, it's a really fun thing. We've met a couple of other characters from the town. None of them have really stuck out yet. I do think that there's probably a love interest. Like, I don't know if this has like a romance subplot or not, but it does feel like that is going to happen, just based on how one of our characters has been described. But I think our main character is very relatable and very easy to understand, but I also feel like quite sheltered, and he's maybe going to grow up quite a bit here. So yeah, I'm really hopeful. I'm going to read probably a little bit more in bed, but I am ready for bed. I'm knackered after today. So yeah, I will check in when I next have a reading update, probably around the halfway mark, and anything else we do before then, I'll bring you along. So I am now 60% of the way through the book. I'm on chapter 22. Mom Duke's going again. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm having a good time. We're in the thick of it. We're going on. We're like situated in the town. We've got a purpose. And we've just started to have things come up that are like I can see problems are potentially going to arise from. There's going to be like sticky situations to work around, and I think now a good indication of how cozy it is how we're going to work through those problems. So yeah, having a good time, really enjoyed it, like our main character, really like the spider plant. Gonna keep on reading. Hello. Okay, I have officially finished the spell shop. I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. It wasn't the perfect book for me, and it wasn't the perfect cozy book for me. The reason mainly it's getting 4 stars is it took a little bit too long to get into it. Right at the start it was ages until it picked up and we figured out what we were doing. It was a very long amount of introduction for what like I personally feel like I needed. And then I also just did love the ending, and it's a shame because it was like the very ending of it, but yeah, it just didn't feel like a 5 star or close to it. It's like 4 stars, solidly good, would 100% recommend. It was a really good time. I really enjoyed it. It felt like a true cozy fantasy. It had those kind of like mini mysteries throughout it where you're gonna have to figure them out, but also they're always figured out in like a really cute, lovely way, and that just kind of feels like quintessential to a cozy fantasy to me. Like every cozy fantasy I've read and loved does have those mini like little things that need figuring out, but it's always done and solved in a very lovely, kind-hearted way, I guess is the best way to say it. And I would say that if you enjoyed Legends and Lattes, which is like the big main cozy fantasy book that I think if you haven't read much cozy fantasy, most people have read Legends and Lattes. If you enjoyed that, I think you could enjoy this. I will say I don't think the main character in this will be likeable to everyone. I personally really liked her. Like, she was definitely like an introvert who could be an extrovert and be herself around a select group of people. And personally, I just think that's really relatable, but I do think especially at the start, some people might see it as like her being not very likeable. So yeah, I do feel like that could be something that gets people slightly caught up on, but I really enjoyed the main character. She definitely had a love of books, which obviously like from the description, working in the library, like saving the books, you know that, but it wasn't her whole personality. There was lots of other stuff going on as well. Like she had lots of other things like that she enjoyed and that she discovered and found herself enjoying, which I thought was really nice. Cat the spider plant, absolutely great. The sentient plantness was very good. I'm not going to say any more because I don't want, you know, to spoil it. And I also really enjoyed the friendships. We had a few people around town, a few things around the cottage, a few things going on, and it did feel like genuine friendships were forming or starting. And I found the friendship vibes really heavy. Like in the description I don't think you really get much, but it is definitely like a friendship based book, and that's really lovely. There was of course a sprinkle of romance. Like I did think that there was inklings of that towards the start, but then like I didn't think anything had happened. There is a sprinkling of romance, but I would say it's just that it is a sprinkle. I will say I'm really happy with how it went because our romantic character wasn't there for romance to happen. The like love interest, I guess you'd call him, was his own fully fleshed out character who had his own things going on in his own life, his own stuff, and yeah, that worked well for me. But yeah, overall a really good book. I'm really glad I read it so quickly. Really enjoyed the audiobook as well. I ended up reading the audiobook as well as the copy I've got on my Kindle. It was quite fun because I don't think I've done that before when I've had an art copy, because I am late to reviewing this. I haven't listened to the audio, and it was really interesting to see the things that have changed. There was not much at all. Like it was a few words and maybe a slight phrase changed around here or there, but like that's literally it. There's maybe like 5 or 6 changes that I noticed. That was it. Like a big one of them is like the word for the daybed in the book. In the art copy was cot. Like yeah, really interesting. I've never experienced anything like that before, so that was fun as well. And I've completed it. I've made my reading journal spread, which I'm really happy with, and now it's time to select another book. I'm going to be honest, I think I'm going to read Bookshops and Bonedust next. I am really excited about it. I've wanted to read it for ages. It is the prequel to Legends and Lattes. Pretty sure I'm going to pick it up next. I've got the physical copy with me and I'm excited to read it. However, it's 10:47 and I've got to brush my teeth before we can go out, and Marmaduke is really wanting to go out, so I'm going to do that, and when I'm next ready to pick up the book we'll actually talk about it, and of course I'll continue bringing you along. When an injury throws a young, battle-hungry orc off her chosen path, she may find that what we need isn't always what we seek. In Bookshops and Bonedust, a prequel to Legends and Lattes, author Travis Baldry takes us on a journey of high fantasy, first loves and second-hand books. Viv's career with the notorious mercenary company Rackham's Ravens isn't going as planned. Wounded during the hunt for a pareful necromancer, she's packed off against her will to recuperate in the sleepy beach town of Merk. So far from the action that she worries she'll never be able to return to it. What's a thwarted soldier of fortune to do? Spending her hours at a beleaguered bookshop in the company of its foul-mouthed proprietor is the last thing Viv would have predicted, but it may be both exactly what she needs and the seed of changes she couldn't possibly imagine. Still, adventure isn't all that far away. A suspicious traveller in grey, a gnome with a chip on her shoulder, a summer fling, and an improbable number of skeletons prove Mert to be more eventful than Viv could have ever expected. To go, but I thought I'd do a very quick check-in. I'm now at chapter 10 of Bookshops and Bonedust, which, if my math is correct, is 23% of the way through. I'm really enjoying it. The way in which this book is describing reading and like the process of reading and like getting absolutely like lost and absorbed in a book is so amazing. Like, I'm so happy with it. like it really like giving those cozy lovely vibes. I'd say at this point the only slight negative is Viv as the main character. I care about and want to see through this story, but I think a lot of that is because I know her from Legends and Lattes. Like, right now in this book at 23% of the way in, she's a cool character, she's nice, but I really don't know much about her from this book alone, so I hope we get a bit more of that as the book progresses. But yeah, that's my only thoughts really. Really enjoying it. Wish we knew a bit more about Viv at this point in her life. Yeah, let's go for a walk. almost halfway through this book. I'm enjoying it. It's good. It's decent. I'm having fun. It definitely is cozy. It's giving those cozy vibes. There's things that are surprising me about things that are going on, like things that I wasn't expecting in this book, as it is a prequel, and like I couldn't see a way that I could be included in this book and I'd still care about them, but like I am, and they are. So yeah, like I'm almost at the halfway mark. I'm like 2 chapters before the halfway chapter, I believe, and I'm enjoying it. But right now it just feels like a 4-star. I don't really have any thoughts. So yeah, that's my almost halfway check-in. And that is the end of the holiday. I really hope that you enjoyed coming along. Since then, I have finished Bookshops and Bonedust. I gave it 3.5 stars overall. I enjoyed it, and the highlight of the book for me were the bookshop antics that we got to see. However, unfortunately, it just didn't live up to Legends and Lattes for me. I think my expectations were a bit high. I'll put my entire Goodreads review on the screen now, so if you want to read more of my thoughts and feelings, you can do. But that is it from me. I really hope you liked the video. Please do give it a like if you did like it, and subscribe for more, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye!